Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about massive news surrounding Hedera's partnership with Google and the utility of Hedera's network for global, worldwide remittances. So firstly, I'd like to talk about a recent video uploaded by the HBAR Bull, where the video featured a member of the Google Cloud team, Simon Banksies. So during the clip, Banksies went into detail surrounding how Google Cloud may actively use Hedera's network for a number of developments, especially surrounding Web3 protocols and developments.
Kind of what I'm wondering is an extrapolation of, given what TPS is going on now, what you might expect in 2 years or something like that, given other companies that are building, but the transactions aren't on main yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think we do anticipate certainly growth, right? I mean, the thing with enterprise use cases, which is not necessarily the focus, but is a focus for the Hedera ecosystem, is they kind of slow roll, right? And enterprise use cases tend to be much longer. They take much longer to implement, but once they are implemented, it's kind of a big bang in terms of the transactions that actually start occurring, because obviously enterprises, including ourselves, have a lot of transactions happening already, whether that would be on a traditional database or whatever it may be. And also enterprises used to have large user bases. Certainly Google has a very large user base. And so when we think about that, if I think about the next 12 to 36 months for the Hedera ecosystem, like as long as we can successfully onboard some of these enterprise use cases, I think we'll see pretty significant spikes, hopefully, because they will kind of transition everything all at once, rather than if you look at sort of the more start from scratch developer ecosystem that is building something that will then they need to acquire users for. It's great because they can be immediately on the network and they can be using mainnets and sort of be in production, but the transactions aren't there because they actually have to go through the user acquisition process. So I would anticipate more and more of those enterprise use cases coming online in the next 1 to 2 to 3 years.
So I'll include the following video in the description below where you can watch it in full. It's quite a long video. I think it's around 20 minutes and it's a really good watch. I highly recommend watching it, and I'll include the video again in the description below. So as stated by Banksies, the Google Cloud team are actively looking to implement and take on the benefits Hedera's network provides, especially in terms of its ability to provide an attractive proposition for Web3 developments. So the HBAR Foundation actually went into some depth in regards to this development, where a few months ago the HBAR Foundation published an article entitled Introducing Hedera Benefit for Google Cloud's New Web3 Startup Program, where the article detailed how Google Cloud is actively looking to utilize the innate qualities and benefits associated with the underlying Hedera network, most notably the innate features including Hedera's ability to provide carbon negative accessibility, high speeds, low fixed fees, and high degrees of security, most notably through Hedera's Hashgraph technology. And this is all encompassed with Google being an active member of Hedera's governing council. So that's the main reason why I'm assuming Google Cloud has aligned themselves with Hedera, most notably due to Google already having a direct affiliation with Hedera. So it makes abundant sense why Google Cloud and, in extension, Google are turning to Hedera rather than competitor DLTs. So the article actually continued and stated that the innate qualities and benefits Hedera provides, as mentioned before, its high speed, its fixed fees, and the high degrees of security, has led to Google Cloud helping Web3 startups actively build their platform, which will be encompassed and built on Hedera's overarching network. So, as well as Google Cloud promoting the utility of Hedera's network for Web3 startups, another reason and another benefit associated with the utility of Hedera's network for Web3 development is that the Google Cloud team are actually incentivizing Web3 developers to build dApps on Hedera and, an extension, Google Cloud services, where credits or a scholarship could be given to certain companies provided by this Google Cloud initiative. And furthermore, the HBAR Foundation is also vying to provide financial support to these Web3 developers. And also, Web3 developers will also have the accessibility of technical and collaborative support from both Hedera and Google Cloud. So this means that if there's any issues with the underlying network, be it Hedera's network or Google Cloud or the overarching Google Cloud platform, the respective teams can deliberate and overcome these issues. So this is another exciting and attractive proposition for Web3 developers, and why Web3 developers may turn to Hedera rather than alternative and competitor DLT platforms, including the likes of Ethereum or Algorand or even Cardano. So other benefits that Web3 developers could enjoy if they choose to build their platform on Hedera is that such developers will have early access to Google Cloud's Web3 products, and also such developers will also have access to newly developed technology incorporated and provided by both Hedera and Google Cloud. So a number of exciting developments which makes the utility of Hedera's network for DLT innovations and infrastructure ideal, and why more Web3 developers and just developers in general may choose to build their dApps and other protocols on Hedera. And this will spell good news not only for the versatility offered by the Hedera network, but also for HBAR token holders, as increases in the overall utility of Hedera's network. In this example, the increased usage of Hedera for Web3 infrastructure and developments will mean that there'll be increases in the demand for HBAR, most notably due to increases in the overall utility of the network and the verification of specific transactions and activities. So invariable increases to the demand for the use cases provided by Hedera will lead to increases in the utility of HBAR to verify such transactions, and as a result the price of HBAR may see synonymous increases. So another exciting use case surrounding Hedera, and it goes to show how versatile and how highly attractive Hedera is, where the likes of Google are providing Hedera's use cases and benefits broad scale to a number of its clients. And again, this only spells good news for Hedera and the overarching ecosystem. So as well as the active utility of Hedera's network by the likes of Google and Google Cloud and specific Web3 developers, a number of other stories associated with Hedera has recently emerged, where on the 19th of July, Shinhan Bank made it public that the bank actively utilized Hedera's network for global remittances. And the key point realized during this procedure was that Shinhan Bank is pleased to have demonstrated how the use of Hedera's EVM compatible technology helps eliminate intermediaries, reduce costs, and speed up the remittance process. So an article was actually published by the Hedera team where they went into detail surrounding how Shinhan Bank and other financial bodies actively utilized Hedera's network for remittances in the form of stablecoins actively minted and produced and active on the overarching Hedera network. So the article read, South Korea's Shinhan Bank has completed its second proof of concept using stablecoins for international remittances. So during the action, real-time settlement and foreign exchange integration with the bank's national currencies occurred alongside Hedera's network. So this demonstrates how Hedera's network is already being directly incorporated into the infrastructure of traditional financial bodies, including Shinhan Bank in this example. So it demonstrates how Hedera is one of few projects which is actively being incorporated into real-world use cases, especially by the likes of world-renowned organizations and financial bodies, such as Shinhan Bank in this example. So this isn't the first time Shinhan Bank has actively incorporated and utilized Hedera's network for cross-border payments, where in November 2021, in a joint collaboration, Shinhan Bank and South Africa's Standard Bank both actively utilized the Hedera network to enable and induce cross-border payments. So it goes to show the versatility and the adaptability and the highly attractive features associated with Hedera makes it ideal for a number of use cases, in this example, remittances in the form of stablecoin usage. So with increases in the overall utility of stablecoins, where stablecoins will be a mantle in the ability to verify transactions and the ability for value to be exchanged more seamlessly compared to traditional financial infrastructure, where traditional financial infrastructure is quite limited, where the ability to authorize and verify transactions are quite labored and quite expensive, whereas the direct utility of Hedera's network brings about a number of features which overcomes these limitations, where as mentioned previously, Hedera's network is one of the fastest, most cost-effective, and one of the most secure networks on the marketplace. So it makes no surprise that the likes of Shinhan Bank and previously Standard Bank have actively utilized Hedera's network for both stablecoin minting and for remittance payment infrastructure. And what's even more exciting in this case is that both Shinhan Bank and Standard Bank are both Hedera Governing Council members. So these highly accredited financial bodies have a direct partnership with Hedera, and this is quite unique, especially on the overarching marketplace where there's only a few other crypto projects which have highly esteemed organizations which are actively partnered with themselves. So Hedera is a standout project in this example. So with the mentioned banks actively utilizing Hedera's network in both stablecoin utility and for remittances, this is all encompassed with how the remittance marketplace is approximately worth $45 billion, where over $45 billion worth of remittances are transferred annually across the globe. As I previously mentioned, there's a number of limitations in remittance pathways. So with the mentioned financial bodies actively harnessing the benefits of Hedera, and these bodies have seen the benefits the utilization of Hedera's network brings, this could see potentially more financial bodies utilizing Hedera for remittances, and the high levels of funds associated with global remittances could flow into Hedera's overarching network. And this will be extremely bullish for Hedera as a whole, where similar to how if Web3 developers use Hedera's network, the verification and validation of remittances in the form of a stablecoin will all be authorized and induced through the utility of HBAR, where HBAR in this example will be at the center of authorizing and validating stablecoin exchanges and the authorization of payments through stablecoin usage. And as a result, the price of HBAR may see synonymous increases. So extremely exciting. And again, it shows the high degrees of versatility and the number of use cases associated with the overarching Hedera network, and a number of ways that the Hedera network could be utilized and how HBAR could be used for a number of use cases at any given time. So another benefit of the utility of Hedera's network is that remittances and cross-border payment through the utility of stablecoins has been seen as a potential alternative over the rolling out and provisioning of CBDCs. So if some financial bodies choose to bypass the utility of CBDCs and choose to use stablecoins, with Hedera's history of being successful in validating remittances and cross-border payments, or even internal transactions through stablecoins and through its active network, this could see more financial bodies or even individuals and businesses choosing to implement and utilize stablecoins minted and provided by Hedera rather than a national or global CBDC. So with all the news surrounding the utility of Hedera's network for cross-border payments and remittances, this may have been the reason as to why there was a recent spike to the price of HBAR, where a few hours after the news broke regarding the utility of Hedera's network for global remittances, there was a sharp spike in the price of HBAR. So this may indicate how HBAR was actively used to verify the transactions associated with stablecoin utility as provided by Shinhan Bank. So extremely exciting, and it will be exciting to see how the utility of Hedera's network progresses over time and how these actions will affect the price of HBAR and even the usage of stablecoins on the overarching Hedera network. What are your thoughts on Hedera? Are you bullish on Shinhan Bank actively utilizing Hedera's network for cross-border payments and remittances? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching Crypto Clan. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.